All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. Do you want to know a really simple, I guess it's a visualization life hack? Because if you are a follower of my content, of my blog, and things like that, then you certainly believe in the law of attraction. You certainly believe that thoughts become things, and you certainly believe in the power of visualization. I'm actually gonna, for a moment here, I'm gonna turn off my virtual background here to show you that right behind me here is my vision board. All right, so you know what? I'm certainly a big fan of visualization. I'm going to put my virtual screen back up, but I'm here to tell you is that there is like a fine balance between daydreaming and having very productive and effective visualizations. And we're going to talk about that. And if you want to know like a really quick, like it's like a two-step uh, life hack or a visualization life hack that will really get you more effective and more enjoyable visualizations, then stay tuned. Now, before I get into the content, if you are getting value from my blog, from my videos, my audios, that sort of thing, I invite you to do something really easy. Right? I invite you to do something super simple, like, subscribe, share, or comment. It is a super easy way and it's a simple way for you to support my blog and to do so for free. And so there's this saying, it's by, one of the great visualize visualizers, Mike Dooley, awesome author, and he puts out these things called thoughts from the universe, which are pretty cool. If you don't know what those are, then you got to get a free copy of my um, law of attraction life hacks because I talk about it in there. And if you want a free copy of that, it'll be in the link. There'll be a link in the description of this video. But one of the more catchy things that have really resonated with me. Oh, let's say that again. One of the most catchy things that he has said that really resonated with me is that he says, "Make believing is the fastest way to believing, and believing is the fastest way to receiving." And if you believe in the law of attraction, or even if you don't, right? That is so true. It's important that we start believing in our dreams, and one of the best ways to start believing in our dreams is to dream about them a bit and to make believe about them a bit. So I'll say that saying again: make believing is the fastest way to believing, and believing is the fastest way to receiving. And let me ask you something. Have you ever done this? Have you ever decided to you know do some visualizations, and maybe you're in front of your vision board, or maybe you're sitting in a dark place, in the quiet, and you decide to visualize. Maybe you have your list of things you want to visualize, or you get help from the vision board, and you're visualizing. It starts off great, but then it seems like all of a sudden you realize that your mind has kind of gotten away from you, and you're thinking about something else, like something that you don't even want to visualize. You might be thinking about how someone wronged you earlier the day, or the grocery list that you have to work on, or whatever, or some of the tasks that you may be doing, and it's interfering with your visualization. And so it's hard for you to stay focused, and sometimes you're just sitting there in silence thinking about things that you're not, kind of like your mind's on a tangent, and 10 minutes have gone by, and you're like, wow, I was only going to visualize for 5 minutes, and like I haven't even really you haven't even started yet because your mind can't kind of went on a tangent, right? And so I first of all, I want you to recognize that happens to everyone. It can be difficult to like really quiet the mind and stay focused. That's why meditation is super important. And so I developed kind of like this really easy way of staying focused when I visualize. And I've been sharing it with some of my coaching clients, and I decided to share it with, my YouTube channel as well, because it's really worked for me. It's helped me. My goodness, it helps my visualization sessions. I've been more focused. I feel more productive. I don't feel like I've wasted my time thinking about other things. And more importantly, I am enjoying them more. There's something that I look forward to. And so the first step is really simple, is that get if you know anything about visualization, you want to be very specific. But when it's time to visualize, don't have a long list of things. You can attract as many things as you want in your life, but if you want to visualize and stay focused, then have a short list: two things, three things, maybe four things that you want to visualize, that you want to come true, that you're hoping that you can manifest into your life. And let's just say, for example's case, you got three things. Maybe one of them is a new job, the other one's a car, and the other one's a trip, right? So whatever that new job is, that perfect job for you, you're visualizing that, that dream car that you want to be driving, you're visualizing that, and then this trip that you want to take with your significant others or your family or that sort of thing. You can visualize those three things, and it could be different for you. It might be a house for you, or a boat, or maybe something less kind of selfish or greedy. Maybe it's something like building an orphanage or something for in South America somewhere. But whatever it is, get those three things, right? And I want you to realize this is that getting those three things might not be that easy. If you want to get three things that really stir your soul, that you won't have trouble visualizing and dreaming about. Okay. And then so it's important that you have those three things. And then the next step is to just make a playlist of songs that remind you of those things. And so if there's three things, then you get three songs. Or yeah, one, the new job. Think of a song that would remind you of that new job, right? Whatever the case may be. And it doesn't even have to, the title doesn't have to correspond. It could just be, just pick a piece of classical music and you decide, you know what, I'm going to listen to, for example, Pachelbel's Canon. And whenever I listen to that, I'm going to be visualizing my new job. Or not whenever, but when I listen to that during this visualization session, I have 2, 3, 5 minutes, however long the song is, to visualize about my new job. Then the car. The next song on the playlist is going to be your car. Maybe it's just the song that you hope to be listening to if it's a convertible while the wind is going through your hair. In my case, my bald head, and I'm listening to a song while I'm driving down. What would that song be, right? It could be that. And then same thing for a trip. Get another song for the trip. If you're going to go to Hawaii, you might think, some beach song somewhere, or what's that by Is for 51st Dates. That song is like, that movie's like 10, 15 years old, with Drew Barrymore. Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the ukulele. If you're planning or hoping to get a Hawaii trip or an island trip somewhere. And so what's cool about that is that you listen to that playlist and you have that long to visualize. And so you have, in this case, three songs worth, or if you have four things, you have four songs worth to visualize. And this does a couple things. Okay. What it does is this: is first of all, it stops you from daydreaming your day away. All right. You only have three, or you only have this playlist to visualize, so you're more likely to, stay focused and not veer off, and not start your brain going on a tangent somewhere. Okay. And so number one, stops you from daydreaming, and two, it keeps you focused because you realize that I only have this song to visualize about my new job or my new car or my trip or whatever you want to visualize. And what's cool about that is that because you know it's only that long, you tend to be more focused. But also, when the song changes to the next one, you realize, okay, you know what, I may not have visualized for the whole song, but I did visualize for some of it. And for, as you get better at this, for most of it, and then as time goes on, it'll be all of it. And then it's time to visualize the next piece. And so realize that your visualization is a work in progress. This little hack that I'm teaching you, just these songs, which is super simple. I don't know if I've never heard it before. I've heard of listening to music while you visualize, but I had never heard of kind of associating a song with a particular dream that you want to manifest. Okay. And so when you do that, when the song changes, you know that you can move on and you don't have to visualize that about that anymore. And again, I was talking about how it's a process here. Visualization is something that you learn. The more you do it, the better you become. So the first time you do it, your mind still may wander off, but because the song's changing, you can get refocused. And now it's like, well, I didn't think about my job as much as, or my new career as much as I wanted to today, but I will tomorrow because I'll try again tomorrow. But now I'm going to think about my car, and next thing you're going to think about that trip. And so whatever the case may be. And another hidden benefit is that whenever you hear that song kind of throughout the day, maybe it's playing on the radio, or maybe it's just playing, at the mall or at the restaurant that you happen to be at, you get to kind of remember what you're dreaming about. You get to remember what you're trying to manifest. And it's almost like, just because of that, it just triggers your mind once again. It's almost like a little visualization session that's a bonus one that happens throughout the day. And, the very thought of that, it just kind of gives me some goosebumps there, because as we remember, thoughts become things. The more we think about something, the more we're more likely to act towards it, and those actions bring out those results, and those manifest into our lives. And so the two simple steps are, find three things you want to manifest, and then find a song for each of those things that you want to manifest when you visualize, so that you can stay focused. And what'll happen is this: is that you're going to find that your visualization sessions, again, they're going to be more effective, they're going to be more productive, and again, they're going to be so much more enjoyable. So I trust you got some awesome value out of that. Again, I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. If you want to see more videos like this, go over to my blog. It's kennysantos.com. You can even put your name and email in, and you're going to get an awesome audio and grow in your business. Now remember this: every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We only got to do two things about that. We got to recognize those miracles. Of course, the best way to recognize miracles is to look for them, to expect them. And then my favorite part, once we recognize a miracle, we get to accept that miracle. All right, take care and create a great day.